Hey everybody, Coach John here with another episode of 2 Minutes Triathlon tips, tricks, and training, where I try to challenge myself to give you a quality triathlon tip, trick, or training exercise in 2 minutes or less. So this week's episode, I want to talk to you guys about coaching. 2020 is gone. Challenge Daytona has happened, and it was wonderful. It was great. 2021 is coming here in Florida. We start right off in January with HITS Triathlon here in Sarasota, Florida. January, it's either 10th or 12th, but we don't have much of an off season. But you all might have an off season, and what you want to do in that off season is you might be wanting to choose a coach. And with the 2021 Ironman just announcing that every single North American Ironman race is sold out, you want to make the best results for the investment you have in coaching. So what I want to talk to you about is I'm going to give you some bullet points, and I'm going to list the bullet points of the list right over here, and there's going to be some bullet points for do and bullet points for don't. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's right down here. Boom, 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 boom. Subscribe if you like the content. Even if you don't like the content, go ahead and subscribe. I don't care. I actually do. But here's what I want to tell you. Bullet point number one, boom, experience. You want to make sure your coach has experience. There's many coaches out there who are just jumping in the business and saying, I'm just going to go ahead and become a coach. I've done an Ironman, or I've done a couple of sprint triathlons, or I've done marathons, and I'm going to become a coach. I actually sat in the USAT training class with several people who were just like, hey, I loved it and I wanted to be a coach. So make sure your coach has experience. Make sure they are experienced in triathlon racing and have been doing it long enough to know what they're talking about. Bullet point number two is knows the sport and the sport's disciplines. There's a lot of coaches out there who are doing crossover because 2020 has messed up their income. So they're like, okay, I'm a running coach. I'm going to become a triathlon coach too. I'm going to come get some more income out of there. But make sure that you, as an athlete, know that the person is experienced in the five disciplines of triathlon racing. You want them to be experienced in swim, bike, run, transitions, and nutrition and hydration. So there's the five disciplines. Make sure that they know those five disciplines. You need to understand, number three here is you need to understand that they work for you, okay? They don't work for themselves, they're working for you. If a coach doesn't understand that they are an employee of you, that you are the CEO of your race and your body and your goals, and that their job is to get you there, just like any employer would be with an employee, don't hire them. If they think that they're in charge of everything and you're just the person that they're going to hammer with workouts, don't hire them. They need to understand that they work for you. The next is specializes in your level. Okay, you want to make sure that you have a coach who understands that you're trying to finish an Ironman, or you're trying to qualify for Kona, or you're trying to race draft legal ITU, or you're trying to just get off the couch, learn what to do, and complete a sprint race. You want to make sure that that coach knows your level of training, and it's not just, you don't want to hire an Ironman Kona qualifying type coach if you're trying to do your first sprint. Make sure your coach is goal oriented. Okay, make sure that the coach understands your goal. You set up the goal, you tell them what you want to do. That coach has to make a plan to get you to that goal. Make sure the next is your coach is tech savvy. Okay, what does that have to do with it? Well, they need to be able to work with you on your Garmin setup. They need to be able to work with you on your Training Peak setup, your Zwift setup, your Garmin Connect setup, Strava. They need to be able to work with you to be able to get you to the place you need to be using the technology that's out there. And the next is communication. Last but not least here on what you need to do is to make sure that your coach will communicate, that they communicate with you. The don'ts you don't want to do. Okay, first off, number one in the don'ts is don't do canned plans, especially coaches that advertise themselves as a personal coach, and they actually are just handing you a canned plan. You need to know that your coach is going to look at your plan. They're going to adjust your plan. You're going to say, hey, I'm going on vacation, that they have a setup for how to make the vacation work. You don't feel good. You were sick for 3 days. They can adjust your training. The next one is, don't hire a coach that's doing it to finance their own training, because then you come in second. You're just, all you are is money so that they can get to their race. And next, don't pick a coach because your best buddy loved their coach. You may not get along with that coach. So what you want to do is to make sure that you get the right coach for you is you want to interview your coaches. This is almost sounds detrimental to me, but I'm going to say that I'd love for you to interview me for the job of your coach, but I also want you to interview at least 2 other coaches, if not 3 other coaches, to make sure that you interview and get the right coach for you, and make sure they understand your goals, they understand your budget, and they understand the time frame to get involved. Coach John, that's 2 Minutes Triathlon Tips, Tricks, and Training. If you like the content, right there, go ahead, hit subscribe, boom, 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 and make sure you hit the little bell thing too, so you get notifications when I put something on. JSCoachingSystems.com is my website. JS Coaching Systems on Facebook. JSCoaching_systems on Instagram. Make sure, like I say, hit the subscribe. Coach John, 2 minutes.